Jen of jenspringer.com, and I have a story to tell you. So grab something to drink, a notepad, and you're going to want to hear this. If you're a woman and you can't lose a pound of weight, or you're concerned you're gaining weight for no reason, this is going to be a really important video about hormones and weight gain and weight loss and stuff like that. So make sure you subscribe to this channel on YouTube. So click below, click subscribe. I'm going to be doing more videos about this because, if you've watched any of my other videos or not, a couple years ago we were exposed to mold very bad, like really bad. And it affected me and my hormones, and it made me crazy and wanting to kill people, kill myself, anxiety, panic attacks, no sleeping, and neurological problems. I was tremoring and shaking and all this stuff, and my hormones and my thyroid, ooh, out the window, and adrenals, like off. Like they were like, see you later, we're gonna come back, maybe never. So thank goodness, over much research, I found some great physicians to guide me through the way. And I'm a practitioner myself. I've been a practitioner since 2001 in the holistic health field, especially nutrition. I have a master's degree in nutrition and an environmental science degree in my bachelor's, and a massage therapy degree in my associates. And so I knew that something was wrong and I needed to figure out the solution. So I had lost a bunch of weight because of the mold exposure, but once I started to feel a little better, and I was working because the hormones were affected, I was on bioidentical progesterone cream and on a pretty heavy dose. It was like 200 milligrams a day. And I started feeling a little bit better, but I still was not, feeling like I was in my body. Gained weight at a pound a week, a pound of fat a week, because what was happening is all of the progesterone was turning into estrogen. And for 6 months, because I learned and read that you just kind of wait it through, and then the body will convert, like flip over, and then it will act as progesterone in your body. Well, that never happened. 6 months goes by and I gained 30 pounds of fat, and I didn't even eat my way to that. I eat the way you'll hear me talk in all videos. I eat very low glycemic foods. I eat vegetables and proteins and complex carbohydrates. I don't eat a lot of sugar. I don't drink, well, if I have some tequila, it's tequila straight. I don't drink sugar drinks or anything like that. I'm very, very on the fine rope of things. And for me to gain this weight, I'm like, it was horrible. The scale every week was going up a pound. And here I'm like, how am I going to fix this? I need these hormones. So I had just surrendered myself to this 30 pounds, and just said, well, at least I don't feel crazy anymore, and I'm starting not to tremor, and I'm starting to sleep better, and maybe this will resolve itself someday. Well, six months went by, and I found a different physician, and he explained to me that all of the progesterone was going to estrogen. And when you have a lot of estrogen in your body, your blood sugar, it increases your blood sugar, like the sugar in your blood. And that makes you fat. And it also affects your thyroid hormones. And so that in turn that's how the sugar increases in the blood. Long story. Anyways, I'm not going to go there today because it's a lot to go mentally, but it was affecting me on that level, and so that fat was just going right to storage. Whew, it was tough because here I am doing videos and talking to people and guiding them on their health, and I'm gaining a pound a week. Like, talk about an ego blow. But I just kept telling myself, I love my body. At least I don't feel crazy anymore. I know I was really sick with mold. We could have died. I'm just like, this is part of the process, this whole thing. So once I got with this new doctor, and he put me on a much lower dose of progesterone in accompaniment with an ingredient called chrysin. And chrysin helps block the conversion of testosterone to estrogen. So my testosterone was low, my progesterone was low, and my estrogen was high. And my stored estrogen and my fat was like really high. So that's what was making me fatter. It wasn't actually the circulating estrogen, it was actually the stuff that was stored in my tissues. My tissues were saturated in estrogen. And so he did that tweaking, and I stopped gaining weight immediately. So that was good news, right? But then I couldn't lose a pound. I would try to lose weight and I would cut back and I would do different things and I felt crazy because my hormones were still like, my body started releasing this estrogen and I felt like nuts. I'd have problems sleeping, I'd have anxiety, panic attacks, felt really weird out of my body, and that's just the start of it. So I felt it was horrible. So I couldn't lose the weight. So here I am sitting with all this weight, and then what happened was I was doing estrogen detoxification, a very very slow estrogen detox. I can maybe do some videos on that separately, but it took me a year and a half at least of detoxifying slowly every day, not missing days, being very, very mindful about my diet, not eating anything that could be estrogenic, like no soy at all in anything. For me, pomegranates make me crazy because of their estrogenic. Some foods and spices, other than that, can be estrogenic. I cannot do in any large amount ginger or cinnamon. I got to be very modulating on the turmeric, just a tiny bit. And for me, those are my triggers. Those are the biggest triggers for me. If I have a lot of spice in my foods, or if you go out to eat and then you feel like insomnia and restless, those could be having an estrogen effect on your body. So I eliminated all of that stuff. And I just detoxified for months and months and months and months. And I would try if I could lose weight. And if I started feeling crazy, then I would just go back to detoxifying. And so here we are. It is January of 2017, and I started detoxifying in the February of 2016. And did I say January of 2018? I'm pretty sure. I don't want to make sure I said the right year. So oh my gosh, you guys, it was 2 years of detoxifying. And so, what was I going to say? I would test the waters. And so recently, I said, I'm tired of this weight. I'm not gaining any weight, but I can't lose weight. And so I started doing, I really said January 1st, I'm going to do this. And I researched a bunch of things, and I remembered back to when I was younger what worked for me. And I don't do any fancy schmancy diets. I do, I remembered back in the days when I easily maintained my weight. I would eat my breakfast about noon. And if your adrenals are whacked out, you can't do this. I've worked really hard on my adrenal health as well as, thyroid and balancing these hormones. But I eat my breakfast about noon, and then I eat every 4 hours. So noon, 4 or 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and then I have a snack before bed. I wait another 4 hours till midnight. I go to bed late. I'm a late person. So I have a 12-hour fast time and then 4 hours in between each meal. No snacking. No snacking. No drinks that could affect my blood sugar. Nothing. It's either black tea, black coffee, water. That's it. Essential oils and water. That's it. And so you're fasting in between your meals just for 4 hours because your body will use up the fuel from the previous meal for the 3 hours. And so about 4 hours, you let your body, and this will also correct your leptin hormones. Leptin is your food modulating and one of your fat burning hormones. So this is how you correct that. So if you're always craving and hungry, this is part of that. And you can't lose weight no matter what. It can also be partly the leptin hormone, which was my case as well. So I started doing this like intermittent fasting thing. And I'm not like fasting, but 12 hours and then 4, 4, 4. And that works really well for me. And then I really slashed my calories. Not obscene, but pretty drastic. So the first thing was intermittent fasting. The second thing is calorie slashing. So I'm eating between 11 and 1,200 calories a day for the days I am really wanting to lose. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, for 4 days I do this. And then I eat normal on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I'm not pigging out. I'm eating normal for me. So I'm still eating low glycemic foods under 55 on the glycemic index. And I may be eating 1,900 calories a day. And I do that for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then I go back to doing the 1,200 calories, during the week. But I'm still doing the 12, 4, 4, 4 over the weekend, even though my calories are spiked. I'm just eating bigger meals. I'm not snacking all day. I'm kind of, it's not super rigid, but I'm just eating more calories. And I still watch the glycemic index. So the first thing is the intermittent fasting in a way. The second thing is, uh, what was the second thing? Oh, the calorie slashing. Calorie slashing is number two. So you got to cut down those calories, and your body will go into fat burning mode, and you'll feel it. You'll feel a little bit adrenaline. You'll feel like you're hungry, and you just have to like be with that, right? And not answer that with a snack. And then the third thing I did was glycemic index. So there's an app you can get on your phone. It's called Glycemic Index. It's green with like yellow lettering, and I log all my foods in there, and I don't eat anything that's above 55 on the glycemic index. So everything is, well, except for oatmeal, but I also put protein and fat in that in the morning, and that is, the most I will do. Everything else is really low glycemic. My daily glycemic average is 45 typically, and less, anywhere between 35 and 45 is my average glycemic index on my foods. Very important to keep your insulin levels low in order to lose the weight. So if you want to lose weight, these are some things you can try. This is what's working for me with all these struggles, and I'll do some videos on specifically on the meals and on detoxifying the estrogen and stuff like that. I do have some videos already now on some of that, but I don't want to get into that here because this is a longer video anyways, and I don't want to blah into details, but I just want you to hear the story and know that you're not alone if you're on hormones and you've gained weight. There's a reason. So you have to block the you got to block that estrogen conversion, and I can talk about that in some videos too. Don't want to get too detailed into that right now, but it could be the estrogen conversion. Your body's not using progesterone as progesterone is making it into estrogen. And so then you got to detoxify the estrogen, and then when you test the waters and you can lose weight, find what works for you. But for me, intermittent type of fasting, not crazy, but a little bit, calorie reduction and low glycemic index is what's working for me. So if you have any questions, well, first make sure you subscribe to this channel and you follow some of the future videos that are coming. If you have questions, go to jenspringer.com. The link is below in the video thing, and you can ask a question, and then I can help you. Either myself or one of my assistants can maybe give you a quick ring, and we can get you set up on what you need to do to get started and get you on the right path, because there's nothing more frustrating than gaining weight for no reason. Some of you know, oh, I ate too much. And it's not necessarily you not getting in the gym. You're like, oops, I ate too much and I kind of pigged out for a while and I gained weight. But if you're gaining weight on thin air and you're maybe physically active and you're like, what is going on? This is what's going on. Your body's making all this estrogen and storing it in your fat, and it's making you fatter. Me, I'm the poster child of that, and I have not posted any videos about this. And if you go back and look at some of my videos in the last couple years, you will see the bloated Jen. I'm starting to lose it in my face. You will see it as I keep going. But you will see I was really bloated, especially the cat video. If you search essential oils and cats and you find me like bloated, you will see that and you'll be like, she was bloated. That's like the peak of me estrogening out. So even though I was eating really clean, that's what was going on. It was hormones, estrogen, estrogen, estrogen. So anyways, I'm going to go now. I'm going to let you go. I hope you got some good notes, and then look forward to some videos on the steps in breaking it down for you. Okay, guys, bye.